seeing the dolphins for the first time was a life-changing thing for me. And I've had many life-changing moments since then, seeing killer whales, seeing the humpback whales. You can't ever get that feeling back of the excitement of seeing your first killer whale. But what you can do is see the excitement of other people seeing their first killer whales, and that to me, that's something that will never die. Showing people killer whales in Scotland isn't easy, but out of everywhere, the easiest place is at an event called Orca Watch. Orca Watch is an annual event organised by the Sea Watch Foundation based up at Duncansby Head to coincide with when some extra killer whale pods arrive from Iceland and spend time in the Scottish waters. I'm one of the main volunteers and along with others do everything I can to ensure that people see the killer whales. I just spend literally every waking moment I possibly can watching the sea, hoping to see killer whales. And also I'm on every single ferry trip. It's a really emotional journey because people are desperate to see these animals. It'll be a bucket list item or a dream come true to see killer whales. I normally would advocate very, very strongly in when you're watching the sea and watching for animals to look for birds circling around, but off of Duncansby Head it just doesn't seem to work. There are so many birds there, it's crazy. I mean, puffins, guillemots, razorbills, gannets, and they don't seem to correlate with where the cetaceans are. The currents through the Pentland Firth, insanity, absolute insanity. It's such a vast expanse of water, turbulent, tumultuous water. It's actually a difficult place to spot anything. The weather can be absolutely brutal in Scotland. From one minute to the next it can completely change. We've had orca watches where we've literally sat there for days in just fog, can't even see the sea, let alone see an orca. Before moving to Scotland, I didn't know where I was heading in life, if I'm honest. I used to live in a tiny little flat in the centre of Guildford and had the wondrous commute around the A3 and M25 to Chertsey, where I worked as an engineer. Every single time I had a problem, it was like, there must be more to life than this. I just didn't fit in that world. Things really changed when work transferred me to Scotland. I had no clue that you could see killer whales in the UK. I didn't even know that you could see dolphins around this area. It wasn't something that was even on my radar. From the first moment I saw them, I just became completely enthralled. It just opened a completely new world to me. I essentially came to a crossroads of having to decide what to do next. Return to England and continue with my career, or stay in Scotland. Cut a long story short, I ended up setting up my own window cleaning business that allowed me the flexibility to go and do all the volunteering. The thought of cleaning bird poo off a window doesn't really, excite me, obviously. But what I always have to remember is that I can just drop my job and I can go and do what I actually really want to do, genuinely want to do. And that is a significant change to my life. There was one particular incident which is by far and away my most memorable moment living up here. It was one of those things where you just can't imagine that this could possibly happen to you. I was sort of looking out the window, a bit fed up with all these gulls stealing all the bread. All of a sudden, this humpback whale came right out of the water, up, span round, sort of pirouetting round. I could see its white pectoral fins flailing around, water going everywhere, and then it landed on its back with a massive splash. I was watching a humpback whale breaching in front of my house, and I was completely dumbfounded. The next 5 days solid, there were people turning up to watch these humpback whales. I spent literally every minute I could up at the visitor centre, helping people. Just when you think it couldn't get better, here I was, a mile in front of my house, watching a humpback whale swim underneath me. It was just unbelievable.
There he is! Look at it, you can see his fins, see his pectoral fins. Look at that! Oh my word!
And I videoed it. I was a bit excited.
Good grief.
Next thing I knew, it went viral on social media. It was nuts. And then on the last day they were here, a guy who owned a whale watching boat came up to me and said, "Would you be interested in working for me?" I was absolutely bowled over. I couldn't believe my luck. I got offered a seasonal job to work for Hebridean Whale Cruises. All because I'd happened to see some humpback whales out the window. Actually having that challenge out in the open sea of trying to find specific animals for people to see and share that experience, I just love it. And absolutely, given the thing that everyone wants to see is John Coe and Aquarius, the iconic killer whales of the West Coast community. My ultimate dream was to see John Coe on a boat trip when I was skipper. And wow, I found him on my very first trip. How does that happen? It was ridiculous, absolutely. I'm choking up now thinking about it. It was ridiculous.
It's John Coe! That's John Coe! See the massive neck?
You'll never guess it! We've got John Coe and Aquarius coming straight at us! Look at that! Whoa, his tail! There's Aquarius! We've got John Coe and Aquarius, we've got the ultimate next to us. Oh my god! Unbelievable!
You get a similar buzz with people seeing their first dolphins or first whales, but the feeling and the euphoria that people seem to get from connecting with killer whales for the first time is, I know, it's on another league. You can see that connection at things like Orca Watch. You can see how much it means to people. Once you're connected to it, you care about it. If you care about it, you'll be willing to do something about it.
Morning, mister.
Hello everyone, welcome to Orca Watch Live. We'll hear from Steve Truluck in a little while. We have a great show for you, but first let's have a quick...
So, the most often seen pods are the 27s, the 64s and the 65s. The number refers to, so you've got 27 Vela, so she is actually the matriarch of her pod.
So the pod that hangs around with 27 are called the 27s. You get an almost roller coaster ride during the week. I don't remember a week of Orca Watch where it was really straightforward. Oh, I'm tired. It's a test of stamina, it's a test of will. Every year there's someone who leaves and unfortunately misses out. And I know exactly how they feel. The power of nature, power of weather, etc., you know, they're forces that we don't have any effect on. We can't alter them. The hardship of, you know, having made all the effort to go up there and then not even being able to see the sea, it's disheartening. However, you can see that the bonds that people have made during those foggy patches, and then when it clears, you kind of really value what you do see after you've been struggling.
Yeah, there's a guy's just messaged or rung his wife on the ferry saying he's at the harbour, Donegal harbour, and he's just seen an orca come in past the headland to his left and in towards the shore. The other ones at Strathie, we're actually gonna head to Dunnet, so you've picked a good spot for them. If I was you, I would stay at Dunnet. We're gonna just go and leg it and get my van, and then try and find these ones close in, and then go to Dunnet. So we'll see you at Dunnet. Let's stick to plan A. Meet us at the junction, yeah. Go and get whatever you need, and meet you at the junction opposite Seaview. Screw dinner. It's orcas. You're not going to see orcas over dinner. You can get your dinner later. What I'm worried about is, like, Karen has 100% got a pod, and if we go there and it's not orcas, and then we ruin our chances for the other.
That is right. I would stop the girls and have a few
exactly.
minutes.
We can go and have a look. Yeah. There's a whole load of us. We can look on land and hopefully put to bed.
You're going to be at the end of the queue now, Steve.
Oh no! We've got to go and get my van first. All right, let's go.
Yeah, because they've moved off a bit right now. I've just seen them again, but I think they've maybe gone out there to maybe just get a bit of movement on. I don't know. But it's definitely at 34, I've just photographed. I haven't looked at the photos, but and there's quite a few of them. You know when you're passing them, well, you get in the car and head to Ray, and I'll speak to you and I'll look at the
We're heading that way, and just to let you know what's going on this end, I've got James. I don't know if you've met James yet. I've got James in the van with me that got public transport all the way up here from Dover. And it's his 27th birthday today, and we were joking yesterday, he's never seen orcas, and we were joking yesterday that hopefully he'll get the 27s today.
Well, it's the 27s!
It's unbelievable how many times this happens, people who haven't seen their first orcas, how it always happens when they're, you know, how long have you been here now? A week? And it
on the ferries every day.
On the ferry every day, 3-4 times a day, public transport all the way up here, and now here we go. We predicted yesterday for your 27th birthday 27s will turn up, and here they are. They're here. But now we just got to get you in the.
Come on.
Got to get you to see him.
We can do this. Come on.
I'm trying, mate. I'm trying. I'm trying. Oh dear. Oh. Right, let's do this. I don't want to sound like some weirdo, hippie, psychic, strange weirdo person, but these things happen too often for it to be just a coincidence. How come it happens so often? I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but all I can say is these moments happen, and they're moments that the people who they happen to will never forget and will treasure forever. Oh no, they're running. That means something. They're running, look. Actually in the bay. Oh, a drum. Right, okay, cool. I'll get off the phone. We'll stay here. Are they close in, Karen? Oh my god. Okay, cool. Cheers, Karen. Cheers. They're 100 metres off the shore.
100 metres?
100 metres off the shore. Right, we'll stay here. We're not going to need the scope. Oh my god. There! Something's just passed here. Just here. Just there. Might have been a minke. There was something there. Something just circled here. That's what I was sort of briefly as I was looking. Yeah, there! Orca! Orca!
Unsung, don't say it, touch it or replay it, it only happens once. So long to last lines, every time's the first time, I'm off to have some fun. A cauldron of potions, drops of the oceans, couldn't solve this one. As luck would have it, I'm on the planet, so it seems how you.
My name's Steve Truluck. I'm a window cleaner and a whale watching guide.
Well, we haven't been to bed yet, actually. None of us have slept. Yeah. No, we're not f***ing idiots. We've been watching the orcas.